Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 3, going to be racing around with the new Lotus 311. Now, the 211 I like very much. I think it's a great car to be messing around with on previous Forza games. The Lotus 11 itself, the original, is fairly bonkers. So we're going to find out what this new version is like when we do a single make race. And amusingly, all of the cars, even ones with people's custom liveries, have pretty much all got racing stripes of some sort. Even, well, kind of wobbly racing stripes on that one. But completely coincidental, we've all managed to get racing stripes on our cars. Now, this being FailRace and this being on Horizon 2, naturally we are going to test out the Lotus in a variety of different ways. Some of them will involve a little bit of off-roading, such as this one. For example, my preferred of the rallycross circuits here. We're not going to have heavy rain to begin with. We'll go for a nice clear... I guess it could start raining towards the end of the race. We'll have a nice clear race to begin with, 5 laps. Pretty quick cars, these ones. A high-ish S1 class. Hopefully, being a single-make race, should be all very close. So, here we are on to the start line. I am going to be decidedly mid-pack. We're having a few connection issues at the moment. We've already lost 2 people before the opening race has got underway. Yeah, things are not going massively well, but there we go. No problems with visibility inside the Lotus, of course, being a nice kind of open cockpit car. There's just about some space on the inside there for my 311. Are we going to be very, very sideways? A little bit too sideways for my own liking around there. You've got to try and straighten the car up soon. I've got to try and get a straight run down the dirt for as a quicker approach as possible. Otherwise, you will end up in no man's land very quickly. The brakes are not quite what I was expecting from the car. I think a couple of vehicles may have missed checkpoints. Now, the 311 is actually... it's a lot more powerful than I was expecting it to be. It is supercharged. It has 400 horsepower, which in a car that is as small and light as this, that's a serious amount of power. The 211 had, I think it was high 200s from that vehicle. So this is a very, very powerful car. Although, as we saw from the Hot Wheels Showdown, it's perhaps overall the top speed is its top speed and its acceleration past kind of 100 miles an hour is a little bit on the lacking side. There is a great three-way battle for the lead, and there is me in no man's land, and I don't know if there are any cars behind me having a battle. We need to try... well, we were actually very good, I think, through that section this time around. We have closed a little bit on the leaders. We need them to fight more, and the more that they fight, the better it is for me. The less visiting the scenery I do, the better it would be for me as well. Just pushing my luck a little bit too much on that corner. You can sometimes get away if you run wide, aim for the footpath. You'll find some grip out there to try and make the most of it. We are miles clear of the rest of the pack. Could have been a kerfuffle, could have just been missed checkpoints. It is easy to miss checkpoints around this circuit. To be fair, on any of the scramble circuits, it is quite easy to be pushing your luck, run a smidge wide somewhere. That's all it takes, especially if you are battling with another vehicle, and then you will be in a bit of trouble. I think I was, again, getting onto the dirt. Whoa! Damn it. I saw the car ahead do a very, very similar thing, only to a lesser extent than me. Yeah, I was getting a good run down that dirt section that time around. Just straight line the exit of the corner as much as you possibly can. But I got fired a horrendous amount onto 2 wheels. Now, that corner is a little bit notorious for being mean to cars, to say the least. We have seen vehicles get in trouble there. I don't think I have ever seen a car have as many problems at that curb as we got, and it was typical, having just watched the car ahead of me have problems, that it would be me that then follows suit and has to go for a bit of a spin. The bad news in that is I am now utterly in no man's land. Just completely and utterly in no man's land here. That's not great. I need either big misfortunes to befall the cars ahead of me, either attack that curb a lot more aggressively or don't attack it at all, I think is the way to go. Because that time we literally just jumped straight across it and we're fine. However, if we just clip it, that's when you have the danger. There has been a great fight for the lead. I'm very, very annoyed that I have not been able to take part in it. I guess all I've got basically to aim for here is fastest lap, and if somebody makes an error up ahead of me, pick off a podium position. That's all we can go for. So we'll try and be neat and tidy as possible. The big oversteer moment on the first lap wasn't helpful really in this vehicle. So if we can try and stay neat and tidy this time around. I think we're quick here. I don't think we've got some good speed. I've got some good speed in the car. However, just a little bit of misfortune. They are definitely fighting up ahead of us. They're definitely getting some side-by-side, some dirt being kicked up there from the blue car as he gets run out a little bit wide. Oh, tell me I clipped that with the back of my car. That would just seal the terrible race for me had we missed that. We did just manage to brush the checkpoint, throw it into the final turn. Oh, I think someone's got lost. I think, unless it was lag, it wasn't lag. They ran wide out of the final corner and went to play in the river. You know what I said about making up? That's kind of, my lonely race has kind of been made completely by that ending. Also, I got fastest lap by 1,000th. We did, like, fastest laps were very close, as you would expect from a single make race. The problem was a few bumps, a few collisions early on. Everybody got sort of spread out, and then no one can. That is the downside of a one make race. You get spread out. It's very difficult to make up enough time to get back sometimes into racing. So, yeah, an interesting opening round. Oh, we're going to get a level up. Having third place car go visit the scenery was definitely amusing and slightly worth my while. Now, you can make it up to me, game, with a nice prize. It's a car. You know, it's a car. It's a bonus. Normally, I get absolutely nothing interesting. Well, we are in a bit more familiar territory now for these 311s. We have come to the Woodland circuit. This a high-speed tarmac affair. I am hoping, fingers crossed, these will be nice cars to drive when it gets to these sort of corners. Small bits of concern with potential oversteeriness, although I don't think we're going to have quite the same extremes that we had from the Hot Wheels circuit, but we will wait and see. No, they are quite oversteering on the cold tyres still. Oh! So someone always hits that inside, or that, sorry, not the inside, the outside dirt. There is always a car that will find that at some point during a race around here for any FailRace stuff. I can't remember what showdown it was. Some showdown we did not so long ago. We ran this race 3 or 4 times trying to get a good one, and every time someone different hit the dirt pile. I think it was a Corvette that went flying in the actual one that we ended up using, just because we couldn't get everyone to stay out of the damn hillock. But we have all made it through just about for now. How long that stays will be anyone's guess. I want just a fraction, just, 5% more rear-end grip in this car, and then it would be perfect. Then it would be absolutely perfect. Someone else has got in trouble up ahead. There was a white car all out of shape coming down that section. Oh, blue car's going to go visit the scenery. I got a huge kick of oversteer. I apologise. I did not want to fire you out wide intentionally there. You just turn in, and it feels like it's going to be fine, and then the back end lets go, and then you're in all sorts of trouble. You can catch the car. It's not like it's going to spin round. It's not twitchy like the old open wheelers from Forza 5, but it's just that little bit too much oversteer. Now, some people, I have no doubt, will absolutely love the way this car drives. Some people, it'll suit their driving style no end. Mine, it does not. I think I had a blue car getting up the inside. There is so little visibility as well that I had no idea there was a car on my inside. So, yeah, there was a squeeze there. That is... yeah, it is no visibility from the cockpit view, and oh god, the 211 had like a central rear view mirror. It sat in the middle of the car looking back, whereas in this, now I know that he's there. There's a car buzzing around behind me. I can see the very brief flashes of blue in the left-hand mirror, but the right-hand side you're never going to see. And of course, driving with a controller, I can't take my fingers off the gears for long enough. We're just going to go round. I don't like this car. It's a real shame, because normally track Lotuses are brilliant. Normally track Lotuses are very, very good cars, but this one has a real problem with more front-end grip than there is the rear-end grip to go with it. And that means when you are pushing it, especially when you are pushing it through bumpy corners, if you want to run the car quickly, there is always that constant fear, that constant problem of that the back end will let go, and there's almost no rhyme or reason to it. It's such a fine line. You'll be flat out through a corner one time, and then you'll try the next time, and then you'll go for a spin, or you'll be very close to flat out. Yeah, it's not for me. It really isn't for me. It is both too unpredictable, and yeah, I don't like oversteery cars, but worst of all, unpredictable oversteery cars, and that's what this is. This car will let go on you when you're not quite sure of it. Like 1,000 horsepower sillymobiles on their standard tyres are always going to slide, and that's fine. You learn to deal with that. You learn to live with that. And I have been in general actually trying to build cars with a little bit more oversteer, trying to be building tuning cars faster, and sometimes that does end up with a car that is a slight bit more oversteer. My 300ZX from a Forza 6 versus Community a little while ago was a good example of that. Very fast car, but was a little bit more oversteery than I was used to. It took a little bit of getting used to, but the thing with that was at least I knew what it was going to be doing. This car, I trust so little. In every race I'm doing with it, I am trusting it less and less. I do not like it. This circuit I thought would be good for the Lotus, but I was wrong. I think we're going to stick to dirt. It's more fun there, but at least you know it's going to slide because it's a rear-wheel drive 400 horsepower car on some dirt. So we are going to forget the tarmac almost entirely in this next race. Head out into the Rainforest. And we're actually going to have a half-decent position on the grid as well. I actually do think this car is going to be nicer out here on the dirt, because it's at least going to be predictable. We know that it's going to slither and slide around on the dirt at all possible times, and that's okay. You can account for that. You are aware of that when you go into the race. A little bit faster getting up this hill, although we are going to, I say that, we're going to get bounced around on the landing. A little faster going up the hill than we had from the vomit buckets, which is quite nice. There's a little bit more oomph about it across these jumps as well. Are we going to be able to make up some of our lost positions at the bottom of the hill? Perhaps not. Oh, someone's gone for a spin. Oh, two cars have gone for a spin. Green car on the inside went round, white car on the outside went round. The Lotus, funnily enough, doesn't really like going through the water. Oh, God, it wants to look at the sky. Maybe this might be a little bit too much off the beaten track for the Lotus. I mean, you've got to test these things out. You've got to take the little track-bred race car to probably one of the most brutal cross-country circuits that there is. We were very, very wide and out of control around all of that final corner. So that's, yeah, how we ended up losing a position. I have no confidence anymore. Like, it's just all gone to even vaguely attack a corner with this car. We're going to bounce our way up across the dirt. I'm just not quick with it at all. We're going to fly and spin. And I'm actually going to try from... Oh, excuse me. Well, I think they may have missed a checkpoint. I think they may still have missed a checkpoint in all of that. I'm going to go for third person. Just because I'm spending so much time looking at sky and grass. This might give me just anything that can help get a little bit of drivability into this vehicle. Now, the Lotuses do not like that jump. They don't like it for anybody by the looks of it. Third gear is going to probably do around here. If we could just now not make any mistakes, as I say that, we're slithering around and I can't get control in this. It's just garbage. This car is just terrible. I will agree, other people are doing a better job of driving this car than me, although we're all having some issues in one way or another with this vehicle. It needs either a hell of a lot more downforce at the back or much bigger tyres. I think it's 265s at the back to begin with. Oh, we're about to have another roll. Oh, we got away with that one. It needs so much more rear-end stability, whether it's bigger tyres, whether it's a complete... whether it's a complete geometry rework. This is one of the worst cars I've ever driven. doesn't matter if we're driving it on a tarmac circuit. I thought coming out here maybe it would be better, and I was completely wrong. I was completely and utterly wrong. The first track it was okay at. I think what we need is we need the tightest, most technical circuit in existence, and then it will be fine. And that's what we need with the Lotus. That is the only time when the like a go-kart track, and the Lotus would probably work, because you are going so slow that you're not having... I say you're going so slow, but the confines of the track are so small that you simply can't go above 30 or 40 miles an hour. And we're talking about like a really technical go-kart track here as well. And that would probably work for this car. Any speeds higher than that and you can forget about it. You can forget about it being any good. Am I driving this, in a silly condition? Yeah. How many times have we driven silly cars in silly conditions on Horizon 3, and all of them have been better than this? I think I'd rather have the Vega, quite frankly. I'd have more fun driving the Vega around here than I am currently driving, or that I am having with this Lotus. I'm trying to think, what track can I make... What track can we use that will be entertaining with this car? Oh, stop, you piece of garbage. I don't know what track is going to be. The problem with Horizon 3. Horizon 3 has lots of fast circuits. Horizon 3 doesn't have low-speed technical circuits. It has short circuits, but they're short, fast circuits. Judging by the fact that I am now not at the back by 100 miles, suggests everybody else has been having issues and spinning their Lotuses. And we're going to do the same thing for another lap in a row. I think we've actually moved up a position there, because yet someone's had a roll coming down the jumps. Well, I had hoped the normal rule of FailRace is the stupider the race, the better. And I figured track car dirt. Oh, another one's gone round. We're actually going to make up 2 positions on this final lap. Just by having not spun. Can we go for it? If we could get a 4th place on this, it's basically been a race of complain about the car. Oh well. We're not going to get another position because they are clear of us. It was a better final lap from me. I think we'll just stick it into the 4th and it'll work. I mean, fastest laps, again. Well, okay, 2nd place was a fair bit quicker, actually. It wasn't too dissimilar between all of us. I was only a couple of tenths off the leaders and so on. They were, further back a little bit more of a struggle. It's going to be really tough to find a track where this car is good. We've gone through 3 examples, and so far the Rallycross circuit's been the best. Well, we have come to the city in an attempt to find some track that I enjoy driving this car around. Maybe this street circuit will provide that. There's kind of a little bit more, I guess, stop-start in terms of the corners. We've got less medium-speed corners. We haven't got dirt to be worrying about. The car was more predictable on the dirt. It just wasn't nice to drive at all on that section. Yeah, out here, we'll find out. I mean, there are still bumps because we've got the various curbings and all of that to deal with, but they're not going to be too terrible around here. It's not quite got the undulations that you've got with the first or the proper tarmac circuit that we did. Well, we've got round turn 1 with the cars okay. I'm going to have to back out of that because otherwise we will just have a crash. We've got a little bit bopped around, but we have made it out of the other side. A tad bit. Oh, I remember this track. I do know this track. This is quite an interesting track, actually. Very, very fast in a couple of places that I forgot about. Like here, for example. Look at the leader wiggling that car around all over the place. That's a lot of oversteer from the first place car there. There's a green vehicle, I think, is trying to get up alongside me. Might get to the outside. Whether I get the pass done depends on what I do at this corner. Am I going to run wide of the exit? Yes, I am, because I dared turn in, because the back end's not got the grip to get away with it. He will move up into that 2nd place. Come on, you 2 fight. Just slow each other down. Slow each other down and allow me to profit from your mistakes. That's what we're going for here. And that's literally what my entire session so far has been on it's a big stop down. See, this corner is okay. Oh, I was in the wrong gear. Didn't want to put that in first. That was a stupid thing. That first corner is okay. This turn here is all... that's a little bit more... Yeah, literally the hairpins, the big stops, followed by... I say big, really slow hairpins are by far and away the only corners that are enjoyable in this car. These high-speed sections... just not. I mean, you can see the smoke. The cars aren't even oversteering there, and I don't think that's lag. Sometimes it can be, but I'm fairly sure all of the cars are doing it. That's not normal. It's not how a lovely track Lotus should be. We need more composure in our car. Give me a 211 any day of the week so far. We're doing better this race. You know, we're doing better. I think lap times will probably be relatively close. I'm just not enjoying this car. Apart from turn 1, there is little enjoyment to be had, I think, from the 311. It's weird that corner is the one corner that I like on this circuit. You can see that I like it by the gap. Admittedly, they were fighting for position there, but yeah. Can we get up to the lead battle? Can we do better than third today? Would be nice. Would be nice to get a higher position than third. Don't go too wide there. That will end in disaster. Well done. Did not expect that pass to come off anywhere near that cleanly. It hasn't, because you've ended up in the electrical boxes. Almost worked. Good effort. Like bonus points for trying that. It so nearly was a truly incredible pass, but there was just not enough road on the outside there to make that one stick. I have a lap. I think I'm a little bit too far back. I'm not sure I have the speed even if I was close enough, because we're too far back to really have a go at the one corner where I have been fast. It's a real tough braking zone to try and get it right, because there is just so little in the way of markers for you to judge down there, and I haven't got it right this time around, unfortunately. Oh, we're both as soon as you try and push this car beyond its, or beyond where you think, I say beyond where you think the limits might be, as soon as you try and push it that little bit harder, as soon as you even vaguely overstep the mark, that's it. It really is it. Again, there's just the smoke billowing off the back of the car around there. I would love to have seen the entire pack go around that corner for the first time, because I bet it was just a smoke screen, like a Wacky Races style smoke screen for the cars further back, as we are going to round the final couple of corners. I think the white car ended up in the wall on the final lap. Please tell me about that checkpoint. Otherwise, there we go, we have done it. Yeah, scruffy final lap from me. Wasn't the best, was doing a little bit better early on. Again, lap times are close, you know, low 101s for us top two, and then kind of mid 101s, high 101s for the ones further back. I am very sorry to say, I don't want to have to say this about the 311, but it's garbage. It really is. Garbage in standard, guys. I imagine with 2 or 3, well, I say 2 or 3, the maximum rear tyre width on this car, and it will be incredible. Possibly. I say that with a hint of caution, but it needs so much bigger rear tyres, or so much more rear grip in whatever way you can get it, because it is too unpredictable. It is just horrible to drive at pretty much all 4 circuits. I think the first circuit was perhaps the most fun. Honestly, the Rallycross circuit worked best with this car, and that is because primarily all of the tarmac corners were quite slow. But, well, there we go. I'm a little bit disappointed. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that from the 311, but, yeah, really did not did not particularly work for me. We had a couple of okay races. It's basically just been me complaining about a terrible Lotus for 30 minutes. Sorry. That's going to be it, though, for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.